Welcome to this short demonstration of Equipment Plus. The purpose of today's demonstration is just to give you an overview of the simplicity and power of the Equipment Plus solution. In today's example, we're going to look at aftermarket part sales, in this case creating a quote or a sales order and pretending to do so while the customer's on the phone. To do so in this demonstration, we're going to show you how the system helps you find the right parts to quote or do a sales order upon, show you how the system helps you upsell complementary items, also deals with super sessions and alternative items, and also enable you to see stock on hand in multiple warehouses in your organization. So let's go to the system. Okay, what you're looking at is the front screen of Equipment Plus. We have different sessions that go through the core underlying platform here and how it facilitates productivity and how it gives you real-time KPIs to help your sales staff and to motivate your sales staff. But in today's demonstration, I'm going to go to that area that helps your salespeople find the right parts. So I'm going to go to my favorites. And again, these are all the areas that in this case, the salespeople would use. And I'm going to click on this item browser. In front of you now is a list of all the parts inside your database. It's a very long list. And on the left-hand side are the groupings or categories in which your parts have been grouped. For example, they're grouped into new machines or used machines. Also, you'll see a number of parts and accessories here and major components. Also, subcategories like excavator or graders. So let's say, for example, we have a customer on the line, on the telephone, and they're interested in the parts and accessories for their excavator in the 300 series. And again, we can expand these buttons, and let's say that they're after the PC300-8 model. So by clicking on that, you'll see that the list in front of you has got smaller. Now, one of the things I'm going to do here, which is important, is add in the customer's name. The reason why we're doing this is primarily in this demonstration for special pricing, because there may be special pricing or contract pricing that this customer has. So I'll just search for my demonstration customer, just using a wildcard there and clicking on that. So that's told the system who we're actually talking to. But let's say that our customer here on the phone has said, okay, we're interested in that model, but we're interested in, and you'll see here I've drilled down further to fuel systems, for example. So by clicking on fuel systems, you'll see I've drilled down to only 3 options. And you can say, okay, you're after the fuel system, and yes, that's great. So we're going to highlight that fuel tank that the customer is after. So I'm just going to draw your attention now to this supplementary items tab down the bottom here. Because what that is telling us are all the supplementary or complementary items that you might wish to upsell to the customer if they buy that fuel tank, which is great, and you can obviously have that conversation with them. But even if I put, let's say we had that conversation and they want that fuel tank, yes, the sale's going well, and I press tab on that, you'll see that the system is also telling us, if you didn't go to that tab, it's saying, okay, would you like to add that? Would you like to investigate that? So let's say that the conversation's going well, and we press yes to all of that. This little pop-up is saying, okay, we have actually, as well as that fuel tank, we've put in those other supplementary items. We've done the upsell. All those parts have gone into our selected items. Think of this as a bit like your e-commerce shopping basket here. So just like a shopping basket, you can continue to add. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more lines and pretend that the conversation's going further. So let's click this add line, and I'm going to enter a wildcard there again to just show you some of the parts. And the first part I'm going to put in here is this one that ends with 5002. By putting that part into my shopping list, you'll see again the information is proactively telling me information. In this case, it's saying, look, we don't suggest that you do part 5002, we suggest you do some other parts. And why do we do that? We can say, okay, there is no quantity on hand on 5002 and some sort of change exists. Something has changed. In this case, it's been superseded. So if we go back to what it's telling us, we can say it's wanting us to sell the 5004. And that sounds great. And let's say if we wanted to go to the warehouse here and see the stock on hand, and we can see we've got 3 warehouses here, and the warehouses have 24, 2 and 4 in them, which is great. But look, typically, I guess in most scenarios, you would choose the one that has less stock or the one that is not as new, and that's the 5003. So I'll just click off that, and again, it showed us the stock on hand on that warehouse 20, and I'm just going to add the 5003 to our shopping basket there. So again, the system has interactively told our customer service representative the right parts to put on this particular sales quote or sales order. I'll show another example of this. I'm going to add another line. And again, I'll use my, my wildcard to find what I'm after here. So I know this one's got some things behind it. So in this case, we've added an OEM piece of equipment for $1,202 for this customer. But the system is also notifying us, hey, look, there are alternate items here. Let's say, for example, this person's a little bit can't afford the amount of the new equipment. There's a locally produced one here and a used one. Let's say that they wanted the used one for $800 instead. So we add that to the system. Once that's all done and that conversation's gone well, I can create the quotation or the sales order. Let's just create the quotation here. And based upon your security rights, you could, if you wanted, you could have a look at the totals of that, and you might not want to give this information to some of your customer service reps, things like margins and costs, but also things like weight, volumes. They could be important from the transportation point of view within the system. But at the end of the day, you wanted to get this information out. So you would send the quotation based upon email or fax, or if you wanted to do the snail mail, that could be done as well. But depending on the settings, you'd press send quotation and send that out. So I hope that gave you a good, quick overview of the power, but also the simplicity of Equipment Plus. If you'd like any more information or you'd like to investigate Equipment Plus further, please don't hesitate to contact me or anyone else at Hands-on Systems on the contact details in front of you now. Thank you and have a great day.